Welcome all you +2 common modifiers back to the stream. Welcome back to Solving the Witness, a laid-back discussional Let's Play where we try to unlock the secrets behind the game, The Witness, and uncover its deeper meaning. So last time, I don't know what showed in, I'm sorry, I'm out of frame, in the YouTube video because I had to cut the ending up because I got real rambly and weird. But we are currently 181 panels solved plus 43, and I took the boat, because this area is only accessible by the boat if I remember correctly, here to what I call the swamp. I know some people call it the treehouse or the marsh. And we're going to solve some puzzles here. I really like this area. I'm looking for some environmental puzzles because I remember there being a few, like in the water, maybe. Or maybe I'm just wrong. You can hear some interesting footsteps. This game is known for the multiple different footstep sound effects you got here. I want to say this because I find this area interesting. This is all about branching paths, because we're gonna get to some puzzles where you can split in different directions. So I'm curious if this has to do with like branching and choices and stuff like that. We do have some very branchy trees. I mean, look here. Like you kind of have like a web of paths that get broken up here in these roots. So my kind of theory for this area is that this is the area about branching paths and fate and choice and free will and all that good stuff. Editor Noah here. I just wanted to really quick make an adjustment on something that I said in a previous episode, and a lot of people made comments about this, so I just wanted to bring it up now and just start this conversation now. And that is the idea of cement versus wood. I kept saying that everything was made out of cement and nothing was made out of wood. And if you look around, everything's made out of wood here in the tree houses. So that's clearly wrong. But there's another thing I just kind of want to touch on while we're talking about this. I mentioned that the idea of cement being man, since we see people as cement statues, which is not entirely true because we also see a dog as a cement statue. And I said that wood represents nature, but we do see man represented in wood. It's just hidden. In wood we see the tree of many faces. There is the face that looks down at you from the quarry, and there's also, which we will see I think next episode, the man starting a fire. So I thought it was very interesting concept. Maybe I wasn't starting in the right place, but with cement the impact of man is clear. The idea of man is clear. With wood, the idea of man is hidden. So there are representation of humans in both cement and in wood, but in wood it is always hidden, and in cement it is always obvious. I don't know. I think that might mean something. Those two mediums, both having connection to humankind, but in different ways. It's still a new theory, so I'm just kind of mixing it up right now, mixing it in here. Hopefully, you guys will give me something more to jump off of. Oh, this is also the sun's area. I forget how the suns work, so let's see if I can figure this guy out. Hey, check this out. I brought this up earlier, how important the sun is. The sun is important for solving so many puzzles. In the desert, it creates the glare. In the shady trees, it creates the shadows that you're meant to follow. In the color segment, there's a part where you have to open up and let the sun hit it so you know what the exact colors are. There's also now suns as symbols. And most people refer to these as suns from what I've seen from like Let's Plays and from the way it's discussed online. So while sunlight will not play a major factor in the puzzles here, suns are still important. And this, I think, is just an idea that the sun is important in every area. I don't have evidence for absolutely everything yet, but
it's a growing theory, and this is just more fuel to the fire. The idea that the sun is represented in symbols in the puzzles themselves.
All right. Well, that didn't tell me anything. Climbing up the treehouse. Sorry, it's a video game, so you always look under the steps.
I just like editing and interrupting. I just wanted to bring this up. This is a trope of video games because we talked about the trope of video games and swimming a few episodes ago. The idea of looking under the steps. I feel like in video games you're trained to look under the steps for supplies. I don't think you ever really find anything under the steps though, ever. So I just wanted to ask you, can you think of a video game where there is something hidden under the steps?
So this is the thing this game will do. It'll give you a very simple puzzle with those symbols and then give you a more complicated one and not tell you how to do it. Okay, still haven't learned anything. Hey Kermit, thanks for joining me. So my theory so far is you got to keep the suns together, maybe? All right, that's it. The theory's working so far. So this is a very interesting idea. Basically, creating the puzzles creates bridges for you to walk in this area, which I think is pretty neat. I think this is a neat little area. You can get a good view of the mountain here. Huh, the clouds are moving. That's interesting, because we had discussed before about the clouds moving, that they didn't move because that would express time moving, but and like would affect shadows and stuff, but that cloud's definitely a moving. That's very interesting.
All right, I just want to go into a little bit more detail about what me and Kermit are talking about there, and that is the game Braid. Braid is the game before The Witness that was created by Jonathan Blow. Jonathan Blow actually references the game Braid in the boathouse area of The Witness, where you can actually find the castle from Braid made as a sandcastle. Now, the cloud from Braid is, I would say, one of the most famous Easter eggs, even though it's not really an Easter egg, it's actually part of the game. But in Braid, you have to collect several stars. Collecting all the stars is how you get the true ending to Braid, which is a puzzle platformer. One of those stars is acquired by riding a cloud bridge. The cloud is seen at the end of level 2-2. Spoiler for Braid, by the way. It's towards the end of level 2-2. The cloud appears to be stationary, but it's actually moving very, very slowly. If you wait an hour and a half, it'll move to a position that you can actually jump on top of it. If you then wait another 15 minutes or so, the platform will move to a point where you can jump off and find a secret area where you can find one of these stars. So, Jonathan Blow is no stranger to hiding something very important in a moving cloud. And with all the other clouds being stationary, this moving cloud is very suspicious. It again creates this whole paradox to the thing I keep saying where time is standing still, that and there's no weather and there's no earth rotation, but there is one moving cloud out of all of them. So perhaps it's the only real cloud and maybe we're in like a Truman Show situation. That's a bit of a stretch, but I really wanted to spend a lot of time in this edited moment to talk about it because I forget to look for the moving cloud forever. Like, I will never bring up this cloud again except for like briefly in one stream. But I wanted to spend time like looking for that cloud in every gameplay, and I forgot until now. So what do you think the purpose of this subtly moving cloud is? And am I spending way too much time thinking of it, and it's just the atmosphere of the game? Or is it something very important, hiding something beneath the surface?
That's why I like to watch you play puzzle games because you speak your insight. Yes. I mean, that's basically become what my brand is. My brand is now puzzles. So I'm going to be doing lots of puzzles from now on. Like, I might be exclusively puzzles, plus the occasional RPG if Lisa starts doing well, which it's not.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this. I work my ass off getting Lisa the Painful up every week because I have to painstakingly edit characters into the game, and nobody watches it. And it hurts my soul, but I'm so close to the end that I have to finish the series. So check out Lisa the Painful RPG when you're done watching this. Support that really weird labor of love that I have going. It's not going to be as philosophical, but it's a cool game and you should check it out. Please work my ass off for it.
All right, keeping the suns together seems to be the move here. Let's for science not keep them together. Oh, okay. So now I'm again clueless. Maybe just anything is right. Can I do it? Can I do this again? Ooh, it was wrong that time. Interesting. The one time I tried to do it for science. Interesting. So maybe it's pairs? Like this would be wrong, right? What about around the right? So I would say this would be wrong as well, right? But if I do this, I've split them up into pairs. So maybe suns are pairs. That seems to be the way to do this. I gotta look around. That cloud just went away. So I've never seen the clouds move. And it's just the one cloud that's moving. That's weird. That is so weird. Because those clouds are all stagnant. What is up with this one cloud? Why does this one cloud move? Weird. Okay. But the even on both sides wasn't true before, was it? The way I was doing it before, I kept saying you got to keep the clouds together, or the suns together, rather. But now I'm saying you got to break them up into pairs. Like, this should be wrong. And yeah, so these two were wrong because they were separated and alone, but these two were broken into a pair and were together. So, yeah, I think the name of the game is pairs. I have played Braid. I played Braid in college and loved it. I just watched Sons Need Buddies. I just watched my roommate play it, and that was a very interesting way to play Braid because I'm the one that's like that gets obsessive, like, no, we have to do this. And he's the one who gets frustrated, but he had the controllers. So we got to a point where we were yelling at each other, like, you just need to do it this way. And his response was, no, the game is broken. Braid is something I might play on here at some point. There was a time where I was talking about doing the super completionist run of Super Meat Boy. And basically the idea behind it was I was not just going to complete Super Meat Boy, but I was going to complete all the games that the hidden characters were from. So I was going to complete Braid and Spelunky, Mighty Jill-Off, Alien Hominid, Minecraft, 8-Bit Runner. It's something that's like on my idea list, but kind of in the puzzle world now, so who knows? Why didn't I hit the right button there? Oh yeah, there is that moving cloud in Braid. Maybe that's, I mean, it is Jonathan Blow, but is that cloud just gone? That's fascinating. All right, so I'm going to make a note in the notebook because I haven't been using my notebook, my weird black notebook, because I use a green screen to make this black void I exist in. Uh, and hit. I dropped the controller. Just make a note in here. Check for cloud move. Check for cloud during load in. And that actually reminds me, because I wrote it in the notebook, here's a very small discovery I made. Every day when I start this stream, I go into the options menu to load my game so I can see how many puzzles I've done. But I noticed something about the load screen. The load screen, or the pause screen, is legitimately the character I'm playing as simply closing their eyes. Watch how it like turns to black. And then it's not a true black. Like, it's what you see when you have your eyes closed. And even puzzles appear. So it's that idea of, I used to play a lot of Dance Dance Revolution, and it would get to the point where I'd close my eyes and I would still see the arrows. So, like, even when this character you're playing as, your avatar, closes your eyes, you're still seeing the things you're working on. And if you close your eyes because you're no longer witnessing it, that's an interesting idea. The idea that you yourself are the witness. Look, you even got like those weird floaties in his eyes. Yeah, because we're trying to figure out who is the witness. The idea that you play as the witness makes the most sense because it's the character in the game. But I don't know. I'm just kind of letting my eyes do some weird things. I immediately become the character, letting my eyes do things. What was that? I might have to just let this run one day and just like play some ASMR with it. Because this is interesting because we already saw this, so that part looped, but we're also seeing these squares now, which are different. So there's different layers going on over it. Yeah, it's changing constantly. I'm gonna give this like another like beat or two. All right, so now we're getting different symbols. So yeah, these are the symbols from the game. And you brought up Braid, and that big cloud moving puzzle in Braid requires like sitting and doing nothing for 45 minutes, I think. So the idea that maybe we're supposed to sit here with our eyes closed, kind of mirroring just meditation, maybe that's something we should be doing. So that's something that we won't just sit here today with our eyes closed, but I'll do some maybe off-screen experimenting with this and see if anything comes up with your eyes closed. From all parts of the island? I don't know. That was the first time I ever saw that cloud. So let's go back into playing.
Yes, I can finally talk about this. Patrick brought this up to my attention a few months ago, and I knew it was going to come up eventually, but here it is. Patrick brought up the idea that when your eyes are closed, you see puzzles that are not actually in the game. You do see like actual mazes. Perhaps we need to take those puzzles and solve them somehow. I think that would involve maybe doing screen caps and kind of gluing stuff together. To me, it looks like it is a 2x2 grid of two puzzles, and they're definitely too big to be seen anywhere else in the game that I can think of. One thing I definitely want to try doing in the future is next time we have a mailbag episode, which will be episode 30 of this series, instead of poorly doing a green screen while I read questions, I'm going to load the game up and just hang out with my eyes closed and just see if I'm supposed to sit there quietly meditating. The game won't know that I'm talking. And see if that does anything. Just sitting quietly, not doing anything with my eyes closed. Maybe my character will just take a nice little nipper nap. Who knows? But I definitely think there's something more to the things that you are seeing when your eyes are closed. So I want to spend some time seeing if there's a repeating pattern, if it's like just a loop, or if there's some sort of like random number generator that's just spitting things out.
And like it's gone. I don't know where it went. Because I had made comments about the fact that the clouds don't move and that it's a static environment. Because like if time were to move, uh, the sun would be in a different place, and like the puzzles with shadows wouldn't work. But to have moving clouds kind of breaks that whole illusion. So I don't know. We're gonna have to really think about this whole theory over. I also feel like there's like a turtle illusion somewhere around here. That's why I keep like looking at the water. All right. So let's see if groups of 3 work. Just splitting them up like that one. No. All right. So it's got to be pairs. It's the buddy system. When you go out to play in the sun, you need to have a buddy. Buddies. Monogamous sons, yes. Okay, and then like that. And oop, no, that's not gonna work. Like this. And then like this. And then like, nope, not quite. Not quite gonna work there. That. And like that. There we go. No! Oh, I did screw that up. Okay. No, wait, I did it wrong. This. Hey, nope, not quite. Not quite. I can do this. No, yeah, I can't. I can do. No. Gotta split them up, gotta split them up. Okay. Boom, they're split. Boom, they're split. Now I can't ever actually break these guys up. Well, I can do this. Oh, wait. That's no good because I can't get to the end. So I think it's this. And then like that. Yeah, that should be good. Blammo. Alright, and now I've created my first bridge. Alright, let's see. Just looking around. Alright, now break these guys up, break those guys up, break them up. That doesn't work. So maybe like that. That, no. Like that. And no, how do I do this? How can I do this? Absorb them. Come out wide. That was a weird one. That was a weird one, but I got it. That's what's important. Alright, so now we got branching paths. So this way, another bridge, we should be able to do that. This one mixes in black dots, which is another puzzle mechanic. So let's go ahead and check out this area of the treehouse. Remember there being an area with turtles. I'm looking for the turtles. Turtles! This is another bridge, but this one's inactive. Gotta get to the other side somehow. And then what we got up here? We got more panels this way. Whoa. For a split second, I thought I was falling off this cliff. No, I thought I saw an environmental puzzle, but I didn't. And then we got another one here. So yeah, the fact that this gives you so many branching paths kind of has that like free will idea that I've been talking about. If I remember this correctly, I have to make these like Tetris shapes. So I have to make a block box of 2, but it's going to be intersected with this, so it's actually going to be like this. But that's going to create an issue with the suns. So how do I do? Because this doesn't work. Yeah. Ooh, fascinating. Because it definitely seems like this. Yeah, the dots work like Tetris pieces. So basically, if I want to get, I'm just going to get this 2 dot correct. That is correct. Now, when I solve this, everything will flash red except for those 2 blocks, because basically I need to make that 2 block shape. See? Same with the red, or with the 3. Make the 3 block shape. Boom. Now, since they kind of rub up against each other, I can do this. There's the 2, and there's the 3. So it's kind of like they're stacked on top of each other. So that'll be correct, but the suns are not correct. But I can't see another way to do this unless, I don't think you can rotate. Let me try this. Nope, that's still wrong. So I kind of feel like this shape is a must. But in doing that, there's no way to include the other sun. That's a pickle. Yeah, I don't see how this can be done. Unless I like, no, I can't. I do not see how this can be done. We'll come back to that one because that is a puzzle. I'm gonna go this way because I don't feel like walking. All right, you guys have your buddies. I think I can do this because they'll still be together. Yeah. I'm guessing they work like the oranges, they just need to be paired the same way. So like this should work, because we got 2 oranges with 2 purples, and then the 2 other oranges are split up, yeah. So this is what I'm saying about fate and free will and stuff. This is one of the few times where you're kind of forced on this path, and then you come to a crossroad. And this might not look like a crossroad because it's very obvious to just do this as the answer, right? And that'll move you forward. But it's a little strange to have 2 other possible like endpoints, like here. So let's try, I don't know, solving it like this. So it's a branching path. And I think it's interesting that there's a branching path in the treehouse, which is, you know, a branching area. Ooh, how do I do this guy? Because I got to separate the purples, but I got to keep the pinks together. Or I got to separate 2 purples from each other. Oh, I know what I got to do. Just got to do this. There we go. It was forcing me to think differently than your instincts, which I always love about this game. Okay, I can do that. That splits those guys up. That I can do. Don't want to do that. I can do this. Boom. Done. All right, got to keep the pairs together. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, it's automatic now. It's just in my brain on how this is done. Those two and those two. Get these two and let's see. These two and these two. Oh. Oh wait, no. No, no, no. It's all falling apart. Let's do this. And I got those two and then no, that doesn't work. Interesting. Do this. No. No, I can't break those off. Okay, let's see. Do this. That doesn't help me enough. That's not, yeah, that's going to seal me off. Do this. It uses not a lot of line. Yeah, but that's gonna, yeah, that's gonna seal off some stuff that I don't want to seal off. Do this. No, it's the same problem. Come on, come now. Do that. No. Do something real weird like this. No, that doesn't work because I have to come back. Close. I've done this before. No. Well, I can go up, separate like this. No, because I can't, no. Do this, but that's weird. It's weird and unhelpful. No. I gotta come up the sides, I think. Like, I gotta come up a side like this. Like, I really like that move, but I could do this. No. No, that doesn't work either. Do that. Lock those guys together. Come up here, do that. Come up here, do that. No. Come here, do this. There it is. Blammo. Add more sun, see if I care. Well, I should be able to... Oh, be able to just... No. How do I do? How would I... Oh yeah, that's it. This went too wide. Capture all these guys. Orange over the orange, green over the green, purple over the brown. Boom. And now we come to another crossroads. Let's see which way we want to go. That way leads to a red tree. This way leads to something, and I don't know. This way doesn't look like it leads to anything, to be honest, but we'll try to go this way, because that at least looks like a thing. Just give myself a chance to look around, too. Just to see if there's anything going on anywhere. Alright. Let us continue. Alright, so I want to go to the left. So I'm going to do this, and do this, and this. Yes, okay. Blammo? No, not quite. Maybe something weird. No. Well, I could probably like do. No, that doesn't work either. Like this, like this, like this. There it is. Thank you. That was easy enough. Alright. So now we're in this weird area. Let's see what this does. Opens the door. Oh, there's a little time limit though. That's not a lot of time. Right, so from the looks of this, I'm going to have to hit this and then solve puzzles going straight, I think. But before we do that, let's take a look around. It's very interesting, like pink tree. Oh, this brought me back down here. Interesting. I guess I forgot to like check this path.
And that's going to do it for this episode of Solving the Witness. And I'm going to end this episode by debunking all the garbage I keep saying in this episode about this being symbolism of branching paths and fate versus free will. I don't think any of that is true, because I keep saying that there are branching paths in the trees, because they're branches, and I keep saying that there's multiple paths that you can traverse here in the treetops. But truth be told, you kind of need to walk them all to solve it. Like, there's not like even a perfect path that you can do. You're going to have to reset at one point to make sure you get everything. So I do not believe that this is a metaphor for fate and free will and branching paths and alternate timelines. I think that the branching of the trees and the branching out of the puzzles in different directions just mirror each other nicely. I don't think it has a bigger statement here, because you have to go back. You have to walk back the paths, and you can't do that. That's not how time works. So let's get that out of the way. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about this episode's takeaways. First and foremost, we have wood and cement, bringing it up again. Do you think that there is some sort of connection in the way that cement has blatant representations of humans and wood has hidden representations of humans? Is there something more to that? It's still kind of stirring it in my mind. I really like this idea, but I gotta find more. Sun. The sun, again, very important. I've done a little bit of like research on like Helios and Apollo and Apollo's chariot and Ra, and nothing in my research was interesting enough for me to bring up here and tie to the witness. But the sun seems so important, so I just want to throw that out there again. 3 is the moving cloud. If we're going to talk about suns, let's move about the cloud. The cloud that moves. Is there more to that, or is it just a random occurrence that I happen to catch at that moment in the game? Let me know. And finally, closing your eyes. Is there something more to the things that flash before you when you pause the game and close your eyes in the world of the witness? Those are our takeaways. If you want to enjoy more of The Witness, I still stream it on Wednesdays on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/plus2comedy. I'm way ahead of where I am right now on YouTube. And of course, you can subscribe right here to Plus 2 Comedy Gaming so you can find out more about that Lisa playthrough I brought up. And join me next time we try to solve The Witness.